Alright guys, so welcome to the last video. This video is going to be dedicated strictly to developing your thesis, which you have done relatively often for the last 3 essays. So at this point, hopefully it's become a little bit easier to construct your thesis, but nonetheless, you can still follow the SOAR acronym, the S-O-A-R acronym, for thesis development in this scenario. So let's go over that. The SOAR acronym, as you remember from the last writing project, stands for subject, opinion, action, and reason. Now the reason can actually double as the impact. Basically, what does your essay achieve, or what does your claim achieve in the real world? So we can also call that the impact. All right, so the subject, that's going to be the topic. Topic of your paper. Now the topic isn't the solution. Your solution goes to the topic. So if your topic, or excuse me, if your solution is changing the abortion laws, your topic is abortion. If your solution is to change gun laws, your topic is gun laws. Now the opinion. That one's easy this week, or this project, because it's just your solution. You've been developing it now from the analysis essay where you formed your opinion to the synthesis essay where you synthesize the solution. Now is your time to really shine by describing this solution to your audience. Now the action, that's just the action word. What does your essay do? What does it achieve? What is it literally trying to do? Is it trying to persuade the audience? Is it trying to outline the research? Is it trying to highlight your opinion? What is it trying to do? Those action words: outline, highlight, pinpoint, persuade, narrate, entertain. You know, whatever it is you're trying to do, that is the action word. What does your essay do? Literally, what is it doing? It has some action word. The purpose of this essay is to inform the reader. The purpose of this essay is to educate, is to clarify, is to outline, is to highlight, is to pinpoint. What word are you going to choose? Now, last but not least, the reason, the impact. What does your solution achieve? Why is your solution, what is your solution, and how is it different from all the other solutions out there? What does your solution achieve that's specific to your solution? Okay, what does your solution achieve? So these are the 4 parts of the thesis. Okay. Now, if we are going to turn this into a thesis, I'm going to give you an example of how you might do that. So let's get a firm topic. Now, if you remember from my last video, one of the solutions that I had was in regards to gun laws. A lot of people complain about how there's no background checks. So your solution might be to have a background check and require a 3-week rating period. Now, in the last video, I completely made that up. No research based on that, just completely using it as an example. So don't kill me if you don't like to get background checks and wait for your guns. So if we are doing that, the topic then doesn't become my solution. The topic becomes gun laws, because my solution is to change the gun laws. Okay, and then the opinion becomes my solution, which I'll just write as background check. Now, originally I had said a background check and a 3-week waiting period, but in the interest of writing space, I don't really have a big board here. I'm just going to go with background check for now. Now, the action. What is my essay really trying to do? I could choose any number of things, but I'm going to use the word pinpoint, and you'll see why in just a minute. Now, this word, I'm using it in a very particular sentence, in a very particular way. You'll see when I write the entire sentence. But for right now, you can just kind of plug yours in, and then we'll go from there. Now the reason, what impact does my solution have? Um, I'm going to say that it lowers the amount of gun-based of gun-based homicides. Is that a word? I don't know. Bear with me. So gun-based homicide uh, doesn't make them; it lowers them. You can use one thing I forgot to mention is that you can use this word. If you like this word, whenever we're done, you can use pinpoint. Everybody can use pinpoint. Everybody in the whole class. I don't care. If it is what you're trying to do. If it's what your essay is trying to do, you can use it. Otherwise, just change this word. Now, it lowers gun-based homicide. Basically, lowers the crime rate, the homicide rate for gun violence. Now, the next step in turning this into a thesis is to start off with that thesis starter sentence I gave you. Okay, purpose of this essay is to what? Well, you start off with that action. It's to pinpoint. What to pinpoint what? To pinpoint, done that. To pinpoint a background check. Pinpoint a background check for all gun sales. As an effective solution to increased gun violence. Okay, so before that, you've kind of talked a little bit about what your solution is and what the problem is and things like that. In your introduction, you've provided a little bit of a background. So the purpose of this essay is to pinpoint a background check for all gun sales as an effective solution to increased gun violence. Now, it's a little bit different than what I wrote up here, lowered gun-based homicides, but it still achieves the same idea. If I wanted to use this exact this exact verbiage here, let's see, I could say for all gun sales as an effective means of lowering gun-based homicides. So same thing, it's just I wanted to stick to this. So I have essentially used all of this, lowers gun-based homicides, background check, and then gun laws, which I don't actually say gun laws anywhere in here, but you can kind of understand from this thesis and from the general topic of the essay that we're talking about gun laws. So that is an example of a thesis. Just make sure that you're following the SOAR acronym, because if you have the SOAR acronym, if you use the SOAR acronym, you can be sure that you have all the parts. Now, as you can see, the subject isn't necessarily going to be explicitly stated. Nowhere in here did I say anything about gun laws, but I did say purposes as a pinpointed background check for all gun sales as an effective means of lowering gun-based homicides. Well, that is a gun law. I mean, I'm basically suggesting that there be a gun law. You could reword it to say something along the lines of purpose of this essay is to highlight an additional background check to all gun laws in order to effectively lower the means. You could add it in there, but really what I'm interested in for you guys, I'm interested in those three: the opinion, the action, the reason, because essentially that's going to be the bulk of your essay. That then goes into your intro, which leads into defining your problem, and then goes into the rest of the structure for your writing project 4, which was outlined in my last video. So this, in general, in summary, is what I'm looking for with your thesis. Achieve these three guys right here, and you'll be golden. as always, if you have any questions for anything that I've discussed this week, be sure to contact me either via Skype, via email, via phone, which that'd be, call me or text me, or any other way that I maybe have contacted you or talked with you in the past. But other than that, let's have a good week. We only have a few weeks left, so let's go ahead and get in there and knock this out and be done. Be done. So have a good week, guys.